Welcome to Manohar Chemistry YouTube channel. Today I am going to explain one small concept in atomic structure, that is dual nature of matter. Different types of experiments proves that electromagnetic radiation is having wave nature, and some of the experiments proves that electromagnetic radiation is having particle nature. Light having different types of properties, in that some of the properties are explained by using of the electromagnetic radiations, and some of the experiments, some of the properties of light we cannot explain by using wave nature of the electromagnetic radiations. So means based on this photoelectric effect and black body radiations proves that these electromagnetic radiations having particle nature. So means how one substance, how one radiation will have particle nature at the same time wave nature. How two natures are possible for these electromagnetic radiations. Actually, these electromagnetic radiations are not making collision with any substance. They are in the form of wave only. When they are going to associate with any matter, in such case they will exhibit particle nature. Means waves are there, but waves are in the form of what? Particle. So like this, when any matter is there, when these electromagnetic radiations are going to make interact with this substance, then they will show their particle behavior. So that's why electromagnetic radiation is having a wave nature as well as particle nature too. So then how can we, in the year of 1905, Einstein calculated mass of a proton by taking this equations. So according to Einstein equation, E is equal to mc square. Let it be equation number 1. So according to Max Planck's, E is equal to h into nu. From equation 1 and 2, from equation 1 and 2, we will get mc square is equal to h into nu. So here mc square is equal to, in place of nu we can write c by lambda. So c get cancelled. Then mc is equal to h by lambda. Then m is equal to what? H by lambda into c. Photon mass, photon wavelength and mass. So one numerical problem I am going, based on this relation, calculate the mass of a photon of sodium light having wavelength 600 nanometer and velocity is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters second to the power of -1. By using this we have to calculate mass. So what is the formula for us? So m is equal to h by c lambda is there. H stands for Planck's constant. So here h value 6.625 into 10 to the power of -34 joule second. So c value 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, and lambda value they given in 600 nanometers. So you convert into meters, 600 into 10 to the power of -9 meters, 10 to the power of -9 meters. So 3.68 into 10 to the power of -38 kgs you will get. So by using this we can calculate this type of relations. Thank you.
What is meant by spectra? Before going to start atomic spectra, I would like to explain what is spectra. What is spectrum? So spectrum is nothing but arrangement of and frequency decreasing order is called spectrum. So actually these light rays, when light rays will move from one medium to another medium, in such case refraction will take place. So when it will move from low density medium to high density medium, then they will bend. When they will take deviation in this pathway, they will take deviation. Actually this deviation will be depends on the medium which it is passing through. So and this deviation is directly proportional to its frequency also. This deviation will be directly proportional to its frequency. For example, I am taking here one prism. So through this prism I am passing one white light beam I am passing. So white light is a combination of 7 colors. So this is prism. Prism is made up of what? Glass. Prism is made up of glass, means it is high denser medium, and this side air will be there. So out of the prism air will be there. Through air white light is passing. So air is what? Lower denser medium, and this one is high denser medium. So when light beam is passing from low denser medium to high denser medium, then because of this deviation, I told you just now, deviation will be depends on what? Its frequency, deviation will be directly proportional to its frequency. So it is having 7 colors. So when we are passing through this prism, then colors will be, the 7 colors will be deviate like this, or split into this white light will be split into 7 colors. That we call it as what? Vibjar. That we called Vibjar. So these 7 colors will be split into what? 4500 angstroms to what? 7500 angstroms. 4500 to 7500 angstroms. They will deviate like this. 4500 to 7000 means Vibjar to red color. So Vibjar frequency is more, Vibjar frequency is less, and Vibjar wavelength is less and frequency will be more. So here these all are arranged in frequency, all colors are arranged in frequency decreasing order or wavelength increasing order. Frequency decreasing order or wavelength increasing order. This phenomenon is known as dispersion. This phenomenon is known as dispersion, and the arrangement of these colors we call it as what? Spectrum. Arrangement of these colors is called spectrum. The study of spectrum is called spectroscopy. The equipment which we use to record this spectrum is called what? A spectrometer. And who started detailed study of this atomic spectrum is nothing but Bunsen. So according to Bunsen, each and every atom has their own spectra. How the fingerprints, how the human beings are having fingerprints. Similarly, these atoms also play vital role in case of human beings' life. Similarly, these atomic spectra also will play vital role in. So by using this atomic spectrums, we can atom. So that is importance of atomic spectra. So these atomic spectrums are classified into 2 types, that is emission spectrum and absorption spectrum. What is emission spectrum and what is absorption spectrum? So if any substance spectrum, atomic spectrum is classified into 2 types, that is emission spectrum and absorption spectrum. Emission spectrum and absorption spectrum. So before going to start this absorption spectrum and emission spectrum, I will give clarity for atomic spectrum. So for whatever we have seen, region light we are passing through prism, then the spectrum is recorded. That spectrum is continuous spectrum. In that every color will be visible to you very clearly. But in case of gases, when we are taking gas atoms, the gas atoms will not release colors like this visible spectrum. Gas atoms will release light spark which particular wavelength, but they will not show exact color like this visible spectrum. So that's why when we are taking gas atoms, then they will not show color. Different types of light sparks will be visible in a gas atom spectrum. So that spectrum we call it as what? Atomic spectrum. Atomic spectrum is classified into 2 types, emission spectrum and absorption spectrum. What is emission spectrum and what is absorption spectrum? If any sample is there, one sample is there, this sample is irradiated with light or any radiation. This sample is irradiated with light or any radiation. Sample is irradiated with light or radiation. When any sample is irradiated with light or radiation, in such case, the atoms which are present in sample, they will reach from ground state to excited state. When they are absorbing energy, they will reach from ground state to excited state. In this excited state, these atoms are unstable. So to get stabilized, these atoms are try to reach again ground state. These atoms are unstable in excited state. They try to retain its ground state. In that process, whatever the energy they absorb, they are going to release that energy. So this released energy, if we are passing through prism, then the recorded spectrum is called what? Emission spectrum. Because the emission energy you are passing through prism, so this emission energy is responsible for this prism. So that's why this spectrum we call it as what? Emission spectrum. Okay, in this emission spectrum, all lines will be continuous. I will explain what is the difference between absorption spectrum and emission spectrum. So then now absorption spectrum. So same, any sample is there, that sample is irradiated with light or radiation, then it will absorb energy. After some time, to reach ground state, it will release energy. So in case of absorption spectrum, it will not release all radiations. So the released energy, in that released energy will be passing through this prism. in this recording spectrum some colors will be not visible, some regions are missing. So that type of spectrums we call it as what? Absorption spectrum. Why some colors are disappeared in the recorded spectrum of absorption means some of the colors are being with this substance only. Some of the colors are being with that particular substance in a absorption spectrum. Here we are taking sample now. That sample will not release all radiations. Some of the radiations are being with this sample only. So such type of radiations are missing in a spectrum, so that's why we call them as absorption spectrum. Actually here absorption spectrum is a negative for emission spectrum actually. This photo film negative will be there, no? Photo, it seems to be absorption spectrum and emission spectrum seems to be photo films to each other, electronegative films to each other, okay? And what is the difference between emission spectrum and absorption spectrum? So we have seen so far what is absorption spectra and what is emission spectra. Now I am going to explain the difference between both. So here you see, it gives bright lines, means that bright lines means colored lines. Here I don't have that much marker, so that's why I presented with same color. Here in this, instead of white color, we can take different types of colors, red color, blue color, green color, whatever you want you can fill. Based on released energy, it will form different type of colors. So it gives bright lines, colored lines on the dark background. So by the dark background I represented with black color. On the dark background it will form this type of colors. So once again I am repeating, here this is not white color. So instead of white color it will form different colors. So next one. So radiation from emitting source are analyzed by the spectroscopy. Already I told you what is the source of this emission spectrum means emission energy is the source. Because of emission energy we are recording that spectra, we call that spectra as what? Emission spectrum. And third point, it may be continuous. So this spectrum may be continuous means one color is associated with another color. Continuous means in case of rainbow you see all colors are merged with one color merged with another color. Means there is no gap in between color and color. Continuous colors will be there in case of rainbow. So here this spectrum may be continuous. In which case it will be continuous? If the emission energy, that radiation energy will be white color, then white color is a combination of 7 colors. When we pass through the prism, that all colors will be very close to each other. So that's why when it releases, if the source is releases white color, emits white color, then it may be continuous. It will sometimes it will discontinuous. In which case it will be discontinuous spectrum if the source will release color, other color. Instead of white color, if it will release some other color, red color, blue color, then it will not continuous spectrum. So this is information regarding emission spectrum. Then what is absorption spectrum? So it gives dark lines on the bright background. So it seems to be like this. So here it gives dark lines. Dark lines are given on bright background. So this type of graph you will observe because of absorption spectrum. And it is observed when the white light is passed through the substance and the transmitted radiations are analyzed by the spectroscopy. So when we are passing white light, that emitted radiation is white light. When we are passing through prism, some wavelengths will be missing in that. So because of that missing wavelengths, we call them as what? Absorption spectrum. So here emission is responsible, here absorption is responsible for this spectrum. And these are always discontinuous. Obviously these are always discontinuous. Why? Because some of the radiations, some of the wavelengths are missing in that. So always they are discontinuous.